Hi guys. Welcome. Happy surprise. Time to play. I guess I could have cleaned off my desk a bit, huh? But no, that wouldn't be me. So I'm just hanging out and painting tonight. Nothing special, just working on some ideas. I'll use that to paint on. See if I can find us in the feed over here. Of course not. Oh, there we are. I can never find it. Either it's in the event or in the feed, but never in the same place twice, right? Woohoo. Hi, finally got the comments. Hey Pat, Jennifer, Melissa, Susan. Hi Susan, haven't seen you in a bit. Hold on, I gotta move a box. Okay, sorry for the bump. It's so dark back here. Oh no, it's just me, my phone. It's not dark in the video. It really cramps me because Facebook makes you film like whatever that is straight instead of giving me a wide space. Oh no. They make it hard. So I've been up to some things. A couple things I'm doing is I'm making my own washi sticker sheets. Not like your normal stickers, but images on a sheet of washi that you can cut out and use any way you want to. Like this here is this one here. I haven't finished it yet. It's kind of a mess right now, but that's this image right here. And it's on Washi Sticker, so I have it without the sticker or with the sticker. And you can paint it like this is printed very lightly, and then you can paint it to your own specific, whatever you wanted to add to it, or you can get it in just grayscale, whatever. But so I'm working on the ins and the outs of this right now. So tonight I just was playing around with the idea of how to use them. And I thought of this this thing. So what I'm going to do is trace this on here because I need to white it out so that I can put the washi on top of it and we can see it. So I have used a stencil in the background. Hi Tina. Hi Janine and Yvonne. I know, right? Monday night, me? What? Getting me on here lately is kind of a challenge, so I just figured, you know what? I'm just gonna go on. So now see, I already forgot what I was doing. Huh. Oh well. Anyways, I am going to trace around this image right here and then white it out, paint it white, so that when I cut this out, I'll just put it right over the white and we should be able to see it, and then I can paint it, or I can paint it, I don't know. You can do it either way. I know it's already painted, but you know me, I gotta be extra. Trina, hello. Me? Oh yeah, there's a lot of things I can't do. One is remember what I did 5 seconds ago. I can't remember anything. Oh goodness. And I can't be on time. Hardly ever. So I am going to be kind of precious about this line, just so hopefully I can get it, oops, sort of at least, you know, the part I want to be showing, if that makes sense. So I have a lot of images I'm working on making available on either rice paper for decoupage, washi sticker paper, or watercolor paper. So if you want things pre-printed, I'm your girl. I don't know if I already did this. See? A little distraction. That's what I can't do, is pay attention. So I didn't do anything like this weekend other than paint and stuff. And I'm having a hard time getting my head back in work. Do you ever do that? Take a time off and then don't know what the heck? Like when you're coming back. For some reason this is not showing up enough. I might have to get out my white transfer paper. Or do it like I mean it, right? Oh, cool, Trina. That's right on. So what's everybody working on? I'm pressing so hard I'm tearing through my sticker. I mean business here, huh? I ought to just be using the scalpel, no, the cutting tool, and just cutting it, huh? I didn't even tell my guys I was going live. I think I'm getting it. Actually, I think that's it. Yeah. The rest, I think I could figure out. I'm not putting this on there. Or I'm not going to fussy cut all this. I just, oh my goodness, the face I can't see there. I think I can do it. I don't have to put on my glasses for this one. Heather, hi. Packing to head north. Ooh, how cool. Deborah. Dance recital. Oh gosh, don't put those on before you need them. Wow. I need white. Mega white. You know, I think I'm going to use, even though it might not be a good idea, if I could find it, my no bleed white, but I don't know where I put it. This is too funny. I actually cleaned my desk earlier today and now everything's lost. That's what I never clean. I swear. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, whatever. I'll just make 4 coats. You know how trying to cover up black with white is like ridiculous. So, and that's my black and my white. So white's good, but it ain't that good. Not good enough to cover up my crazy black. Let's see. Yeah, it'll take 14 coats here. Terrible. Changing the brush. Yeah, I could use gesso, I suppose. That's probably a better idea, huh? Of course, Jen. Thank you. Okay. Switching over to gesso. Oh my gosh, it's right there. I just grabbed it to move it out of the way. Ah, my brain is broken. Goodness. Gesso. You know what comes normal to y'all? I just don't think of in time. I mean, I love gesso. I make gesso. But do you think I don't paint enough anymore? I forget. But gesso, yeah. It's the bomb.com. Probably not over wet acrylic, but not too bad. Oops. Not in the black, dummy. Oh my word. Okay, glasses back on. Oh no. Why are my comments like that? Okay. Sorry for the bump. I had to unplug because I keep knocking myself in the head. Yeah, the gesso's not even wide enough to cover up my black. What I should have done is cut out a negative stencil and pounced it in. But that's just way too much work, right? It doesn't need to be like perfectly white. But you can see through washi pretty good, so. I cannot see. Is anybody painting tonight? So I've been working on like a whole bunch of weird stuff. And I figured out some fun things too, obviously inspired by others. But I want to show you a couple in a few minutes. They're totally fit while this is drying. I wish I didn't have the shakes all the time. I think that, the new medicine that I've been on, I think it's 4 months now, or almost 4 months, gives me the shakes, I think. But I actually think that it's looking so much better. Like, I don't know if you guys could tell the difference yet, but to me, it looks so much better to me. I know on my hands it still seems pretty gnarly, but like this part back here is so much better. I have a lot of scarring, but at least it's not irritating me, I guess, so much. I think I go back next month, June, for her to see the progress, if it's working, if I'm going to stay on it or not. What I think it's helping most with is, I think I messed that up, is no new breakout. You know, like when it would come up, you know, when I was stressed or whatever, it would pop up kind of like a stress rash, I guess, a little bit, and then it would go crazy. So I haven't seen any of that. I guess I'm just happy it's not a steroid this time, thankfully. Almost done. Well, hopefully I kind of stayed in the light, so when I put this together, it won't look silly. I hope. Okay, while that's drying, oh my goodness, I've been playing around with the watercolor concentrates, which I'm going to be making again here any minute, because we're out. And easy ways to make like fun things. One of them is with a makeup sponge. Regular cosmetic, like the ones that come in your powder compacts. It's this kind that's real tight. It's not spongy, you know what I mean? Kind of like a makeup sponge makeup sponge, you know, the wedge things, that type of stuff, but really good. Anyways, you put your watercolor concentrates on the sponge and then use it like a stamp. So before you start, you want to make sure your sponge is wet. These are the ones I've been using. So when you wash them, just make sure to wash them really, really good and squeeze them dry. They might be stained, but that's okay. Let's see, I'll do the back of this one. But like, they're just so cute. So it's pretty simple. I was using this kind of, oh, real quick before I forget to do that. Oh, now I lost my piece of foil that I had here. Darn it. No. Is that possible? Yeah, it is. It is. It's totally possible. Psh. What in the world? And there she goes. She's off again doing something else. Wanda, come back. Ah, I found some foil. I knew I had some just stashed in here. I might not be able to find the kind I need, though. You guys probably can't even hear me, huh? Blah, blah, blah. I just need a piece of metallic. And of course, do you think I have that in here? No. Everything but that. This is hilarious. I don't know. Let's see what's in this one. I have no idea what's in here. Could be fun. Looks like lacy stuff. No. Darn it. Oh, you know, this might work. We'll just use this. So I'm going to do this side. So that is the non-UV glue there. I just kind of painted it on haphazardly, sort of like a sun. And let it dry. It's been about 30 minutes at least. So when you pull off of that glue, you want to make sure not to just like pull up your work. So, and it stuck to the rock. Too funny. If it does that, if it comes off on places that don't have the glue, just use your, like a brush to get the foil out of the places you don't want it. But be careful because you can damage the glue. Okay. Give it up. Man, the mosquitoes are out and I am not a happy person. I don't like them, but they love me. Like a lot. Okay. That looks pretty good, huh? So that was one of the stamps I did on a rock. Yeah, I just used my non-UV glue and actually used it right out of this thing. And it just went like really messy on there. Just, you know, kind of a dot there and then just drug it around. And then did a circle and then drug it. And then put it aside because I really didn't know what I was going to do with it. I knew I was going to put foil on it and then it needed to be metallic, but I didn't know which one. This particular foil comes off like that in sheets. But that's better than not coming off where it needs to be, huh? Okay, so how I did it, and the reason I did that is because I want to use this side of it. There, see? This is already damp. I'm actually going to get a little more damp. You want it damp because you don't need to use that much color. So if it's dry, you're just wasting your color. So, you know what? I think I'm going to do the sun. But, so imagine a rainbow. If you wanted to do the rainbow, you would use red, and then yellow, and then blue, and then purple. You don't need all the colors, because red, yellow, blue makes them all. Yeah, you got to let that glue dry for like 30 minutes. So, it was at least 30. Oh yeah, let's do, I'm going to do magenta. I don't have this color out yet, but it will be out in the next set. So, I also think I'm going to be putting them in these bottles. These bottles are just way more expensive than the other bottles, but I'm having a problem with the other bottles, so I may have to give up on them. So there's that one. And then yellow. And yellow likes to sit on the surface for some reason. I don't quite get it, but and then purple along the outer edges. And I'm not putting hardly any on there. I'm just letting it touch the sponge, and then the sponge kind of pulls it, you know. And then we may put more magenta, but I'm going to use the end of a brush or whatever you have that's kind of soft, just to kind of pull the colors together. And I kind of like them messy, so. Yeah, I'm going to put some more magenta. So another little bit of magenta here. So it's basically a stamp, you know. I'm going to put some yellow in the magenta too. Okay, then you just stamp it where you want it. So I'm just going to use this to show you guys. You turn it over and stamp, and when you lift it up, if it's not how you want it, put it back down, and then keep pushing it. Isn't it pretty? Cool. I think it's fun. Anyways, you can get quite a bit of these out of one go. Like, you can just keep going. And then to do it on the rock, you just turn it over and do the same thing. That one was kind of light, but you get me, right? And then let it dry, and then you have the stuffs. This one's a little less than that one, but I like this too. Lots of fun. Hi, Glinda. This is just a pop-up hi. I was just painting and doing some stuff, playing with some ideas. So that's how I did those. Let's see. Let me check on the other thing I'm working on. Oh, already dry. Okay, good. Cool. Change this again. Oh, I did this fun page the other day. Yeah. Do you guys know what bleeding tissue is? Bleeding tissue paper? Some of you might remember. I love it. Anyways, I made this with bleeding tissue. The background, all that bright color, is made with bleeding tissue paper. This stuff, when you get it wet, it bleeds everywhere, and it makes the most amazing fun things. So I got my paper wet, my watercolor paper. I just did a wash on it with water and really worked it in there so that it was pliable and wet. And then I took my tissue paper with a wet watercolor brush, and I picked it up like one piece at a time. I'd have my wet brush and grab a piece of paper, and so I put it where I wanted it, in the rows of light colors. And then when that was all dry, I missed this corner here. There's no color there. Anyways, when that's all dry, I went back and doodled. I'm not a great doodler, so I don't necessarily like all my doodles, but the background was really fun. The bleeding tissue paper. Yeah, I've used it before. Actually, you know the glue dots rock that I just reposted? The big rainbow one with the holographic gold dots. There's a little reel out right now on my page again. That was with bleeding tissue paper in the background. It was one of the projects we did. Hi, Jen. Okay, so back to the thing I'm working on. So this one, I'm going to fussy cut now. Oh boy, I hope I can do this. I think I did it though. I think that whited it out quite nice. Yeah, we ought to be able to see that when I put it on there. I'm worried though about this bit here. It's probably going to break off. We'll see. So this is printed washi sticker that I made, and it's very sheer, but I'm going to embellish it. Oh yeah, I totally damaged it with my stick. I'll do this. I'm totally not a very patient person. No. If I would quit being lazy and learn how to use my Cricut, I wouldn't have to cut this stuff out. But I cannot figure out design space to save my life. And there are so many things that I could do with it. It would help with so many things. I love these scissors. They are sharp from here to here, so you can cut with the very end or the middle or wherever. I can't cut with a blade like that. I've tried. I know. Like putting it on the self-healing mat. I always wreck it. I can't control a blade like that. Especially now. I don't know how people do that actually. And I have all different kind of blades. Special handle ones and no, it's me. Cool thing is they are see-through, so you can turn them over and cut from the other side. Where'd the glasses go? Hello. Goodness. Man, getting old just sneaks up on you. And I'm totally right-handed, so it doesn't help when cutting on the other side. It's weird for me. You know, like cutting this part right here. So I'm going to turn it over and do it. Mine is literally, I took it out. We did like, you know, the first little get to know your Cricut baloney things. And put it back in the box. And there it's at for 4 years now. So it's probably outdated. Probably, I don't even know if it's still a thing. But it was the Cricut Maker 3 or something. I don't know, maybe it was even a 2, I don't know. But I get so excited when I see things and then I'm like, oh yeah, Cricut. I've even looked into using other cutting machines, but it's just nothing compares apparently to Cricut. Though Design Space needs like to be slapped. Whoever invented that needs to do better. I mean, I am not savvy, and there's so many people that, I'm not saying if you struggle that you're not savvy. I'm just saying that it could be a lot easier. I mean, for real, think about, why does it have to be so dang complicated? With all the technology now, they can't make that a little bit easier. It's like a camera. If it ain't on my phone, I can't work it. I used to, you know, have a 35 whatever millimeter. It was easy. You point and you click. Yeah. Cameras today are not, they're not simple. So if it's not my phone, it's not a camera that is here. That will work. Look at that. Now the tricky part. Getting it off of the plastic onto the thing without it going all wonky. Washi paper is so thin and fussy. but it comes off pretty easy, but it likes to roll because it's thin. So what I'm going to do, really, is beg it to be nice. Please be nice. Please be nice. Actually, I'm going to try to use this thing to my advantage. Okay. See, one wrong tilt and there it goes. Close enough, right? Not terrible. Cool, I'm totally not hating it. Okay. Now we get to paint. I'm going to paint it. Paint on it. Paint over it. Paint. I'm going to try not to mess it up. Hi, Patsy. Hi, Laura. Hello, friends. And these brushes from Janine are amazing with, if you want to do little tiny fine details, like, I don't know if you guys saw this that I just posted earlier. Did I even put it on? Where did I put it? I think I did put it on Facebook and in YouTube. But like, you know, all the little line, you can do that with these little guys too. Like the liner brushes. These have a good snapback. So when you're moving around the rock and you take a turn, they won't like just slide out everywhere. So these got a good snapback. Where these are awesome, but they kind of tend to slide like that. So these are good for little tiny baby fine things. But when you're going long like that, probably these. Actually, I like this long one here because it's thinner. See how, look at that point on it. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. But I like it. Now I'm trying to think of what colors I want to use. Pardon me. Okay. So, I think also, if you don't have a porcelain tray or ceramic, whatever, like this, you can even just use a ceramic plate or porcelain plate, whatever. You can use watercolor and it doesn't beat up. It's pretty cool. But these watercolor concentrates, you can put them in there and then leave them dry and they'll reactivate. Where do I want to start? You know what? Change my mind. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to start with regular watercolor. Colors. I'm going to try this one. Oh, hell. Just going to deepen it up a bit. Cool thing about the washi, you can paint on it and it doesn't beat up. Ooh, fun. Little purple brushes. Oh, I'm sorry. These are the Silver Silk 88 series. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry. Let me get a bigger one so we could read it. Is that focusing? Oh my gosh, I can't see. Silver Silk 88. That's the series. And then the one I love the most is the 20. And then I think they come in packs. That's a monogram liner, and then the round 0. I like them all, honestly. And then the 4 and the 2. Of course, I love the 2 because, you know, 2. This is my other favorite. Oh, you can't even read it. It's Princeton Neptune series. Anywho. So I'm going to take a little of this one. Nice. This is going to be fun. I'm just deepening up the colors you already see there. You know, I was thinking about that too, Trina. I was thinking maybe doing that, but then I think that what I'm going to do is use the, let me see. I'm going to try one real quick and see if it works the way I think it will. And then we'll come back to this. The high chrome because I can't get enough. Yeah, you did, Glinda. Trying to decide which colors I want to use. Probably all of them. You know, I'm probably going to rainbow, except for my lead is not really rainbow. She's kind of Luna Moth colors. Well, inverted. But, so maybe we'll do turquoisey and pink. Let's see. So my idea is to just outline maybe the black. Oh yeah, it's going to be pretty. Ooh, I just had an idea. They play well together, the paint colors. So what if, yes, look at that. Can you guys see it? And that goes with this over here. Okay, cool. So we'll do the tips and the, I feel like something's biting me. We have the Spanish moss is growing on all the trees right now, so we have the stupid chiggers in the trees and then the mosquitoes. Not fun. No seams also. While we do have pesticides for the bigger, scarier things, I don't like most of it because, you know, then the lizards and the birds and stuff don't have any food around here, and I like seeing those things, so I kind of put up with the others. But the mosquitoes are absolutely out of control. I don't even know what the heck. I think they are half human size this year. Is that going to be too much, or should I just leave it black? fun. All right, I'm going to go back to painting her, and then I'll go back to the other part. Oh, lucky, Jen. So I'm just deepening up the color. So I did this right. I did her face. And then these two sections right here. So I'm just grabbing color. I'm using Prang because I'm being lazy. I don't feel like mixing. So I'm using the skin color with some of this magenta up here to get the lower color in the butterfly or moth, whatever this is. I think it's a moth, but. And then skin color, a tiny bit of the yellow for the other portion of it. If you guys are interested in the Prang, let me know. It is in the, which I haven't really gone into much, the watercolor beginner pack, like just intro to watercolor. It doesn't really have a lot to do with rocks. It's just, you can get rocks with it if you want it, but anyways, it includes the mini watercolor concentrates, this set of Prang traditional watercolors, my watercolor swatch card, which I should not even talk about this unless I have it in here, huh? I keep moving it around, but you get 12 colors, I think. It's a card like this big, and then the swatches are real thick paint. So it'll last quite some time. Anyways, it's just enough for you to play around and learn how watercolor feels. And there's also some other fun things in there, like the watercolor prints. That, yeah, it's okay. Did you need something? Okay. The watercolor prints and stuff you can get in there as well. Like these, they're like ATC size. Just, these are my oopsies. Ones that it took me a long time to learn how to print these things. And, you know, how light, how dark, whatever. Anyways, so there's a whole bunch of different ones like that you can choose from. And you don't have to buy the watercolor kit to get the prints. If you wanted to get images on watercolor paper so you don't have to draw or think about it, whatever you want, tell me what it is and I'll print it on the paper for you. Or if you have something that you already have an image of and want it printed, it's that easy. I used to do this before. I don't know if you guys remember the tissue prints. And then I was basically down 2 printers. So we caught back up with, we're printer happy again. Got different brand. I'm done with HP hijacking the ink. I can't even understand that. But $170 for new ink every. We'd go through like a whole pack of ink in a month, less than a month. And yeah, it was just something. I hear my husband tippy tappy coming down the hallway. What is going on over here? What was I doing just now? You guys don't want to live in my head, trust me. I'm just going to brighten it up a bit. Alright. Because I don't have any neon yellow in here, I'm going to use my low viscosity, which is also getting a new package. Okay. Don't put acrylic in your porcelain thing. It's a disaster. And when you do paint these washi stickers, don't flood them with water because they're paper and they'll wrinkle. So just light, small amounts of water. Oh yeah, that's brightening. Hi, Amy. That's brightening it up, huh? The neon. All right. Now, I don't know. I'm probably going to come back, you know, with some fun stuff in there. That's too dark. If you make a boo-boo, get it wet and then don't rub, but blot. And you can lighten it up. That works. So I just need very diluted. So I'm going to come over here and use my watercolor concentrates with lots of water. It's still too dark. The concentrates are less forgiving than these over here. Alright. Oh well. I'm going to lighten them up in a bit anyways with the shimmers. That black shows through when we paint on it, where I missed it with the white back there. Oopsie. I'm making a mess. Try to fix it. Is it your blood type? Wait, what are we talking about? What is it? I had an allergic reaction to the Zevo that I've been using for couple years. And this year, no can do. I put it on and promptly got hives. I thought I was having an allergic to the mosquitoes, and I probably am that too. Because, holy moly, it was a disaster for a few days. I thought I was going to end up back on steroids. Like, no, we just got off of all that business. But it seems like the more I have a reaction to something, the more I keep getting them. So I think I'm just going to be one of those EpiPen people forever. I wasn't going to go dark, but I changed my mind. Here he comes. Checking the doors. You could time your watch by it. 9:30. Well, 9:33. Hi, Kathy. Kathy Boyd. Hello. Good night. Frankincense. Okay, cool. You know, Janine, I have these little, they're dots about that big, they're patches, and you put them on your clothes to help, keep the bugs away. So I sleep with those on, like, somewhere, so they're not actually touching my skin, and that makes a big difference sometimes. Sometimes they find me no matter what. I need a higher table or to go get my glasses checked. I am a terrible glasses wearer. I don't like them at all. So I can never get used to them because I can't keep them on my face. And they had me in bifocals. That was ridiculous. I look like a drunk person trying to walk anywhere. So I had them give me 2 pairs of glasses. Yeah, it's not working either. I've been fighting this for 2 years now. So at first I was wearing them, on a string around my neck thing because I thought maybe that would be helpful, but no. I get paint everywhere, so they just sat in the paint. I would drop them in the paint, dip them in the paint. Oh, man. I don't know what to do. It's a Princess and the Pea situation. There's nothing just right. I miss Lifetime. I used to watch that all the time. Those dramas are so good. Almost did. Okay, I think I'm going to quit fussing with that. Oh, that's what that is. Like, what is all this over here? Okay. Just black. I'm going to try to touch up some. Good. And bring it all the way up to my nose. Oh, I see a boo-boo. I think it looks pretty cool. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now fun time, fun time. Now we'll play with the high chrome shimmer. Yeah, this is really just a paint along. It's not really a tutorial, but yep, this one's just here on Facebook. I'll see if I can download it and pop it on my YouTube too. Sometimes Facebook likes to delete lives after 30 days, so I'll definitely download it. It's going to be so pretty. Twinkle. In your face. Sorry, I'm not trying to make y'all dizzy. Hi, Connie. Start over right there because it's a mess. Ooh, that's so good. Oh my gosh, look at that green, you guys. Isn't that pretty? Hi, Miriam. I know I say this every time I make a new paint, but this high chrome may be my actual favorite right now. I keep coming back to it. Here, this is also some stuff I was playing with yesterday. So this one is just some staining, well, it's the watercolor concentrates on the rock. I think I actually showed this Wednesday. And then I took the high chromes and wrote the word. And then this is the washi print, the images that I'm creating, and then I printed the bee and painted over it like I'm doing now, and I painted bee fuzz. I love it so much. Look at the bee fuzz. So cute. Anyways, very fun. And then I'm working on the stamp on the stones. I don't know what I'm going to do up here, but something, obviously. I don't like this one at all. I should not have sealed it, but I was testing a new sealer too. So that's what I've been up to over here. Oopsie. I have so many things under my desk because I can't reach them. But I've got the grabber. I got a grabber. Ooh, now I know where my pen went. Ha, that's funny. And my other flashlight. My meatball, how's that song go? My meatball rolled off of the table. It's not a meatball, I know. Alright. So, this one, I was doing, yes. I'll finish the antennae after we do this part. So they'll go over top of it. Beep, 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 beep. Thank you guys. On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese. I lost my poor meatball. I can't see anymore, but I remember it. Oh my goodness. Rolled off of the table and da-na-na-na. Man, it was so fun being a kid. I miss it. I don't like adulting. I think if I sang that to my kid, he'd be like, what the heck is a meatball? No, he knows. I'm just kidding. But, you know, no, he knows what a meatball is. Will you guys, Jen, Deborah, Glenn, Pat, whoever else was on here. Oh my gosh. My girls, can somebody put a reminder or remind me to download this so that Facebook, so I don't forget before they delete it? I know. I just put it on you guys. Thank you. If you just send me a message, I'll know, because then I'll remember. I'll be like, oh yeah, go download. Because I can download it just as soon as I get off. Okay. Part's done. Let's see. And we'll do the antenna with the hollow silver. What do you think? I don't remember what those were. Uh-oh. Okay. So the antenna goes both ways. All right. Mm. Cool little thing with watercolor. If you're not working on like paper, you can erase. Let's do this. I just saw a spot I missed. Too funny. I don't know what to watch. I am so out of things to watch. There's just nothing coming out that I really want to see, and I've watched everything. I don't even watch TV that much, so that there's something going on with the TV. What's going on with the TV? What is going on with the TV? With TV and movies, you know, there's just... I can't find nothing good. Like I'm rewatching things from, I started Lost again because I know there's 1,500 episodes. And funny enough, I don't remember, I mean, I remember the, you know, the idea of it, and I remember the ending and all that, but I don't remember anything about the first and second episode that I've seen. And I'm like, you know, I knew how they got the, if anybody, there's going to be some spoilers here. So if you haven't seen Lost, back out now. I knew they landed on the beach, and, you know, I know at the end what the deal is, but I didn't remember there was like weird monsters in the forest in the beginning. I didn't remember that. I'm just embellishing now because I love the screen. You know, I'll probably get carried away because that's how I roll. On her neck. I don't see it. Oh, yeah, there. But you mean up by her, well, no, up here? By her head? Because down here it's done. I don't know. But I did miss that. Good catch. So I didn't paint like her jawline, or is that what you're talking about? Maybe I should. Okay, we can do that. I gotta make some brown. Sienna-ish. Well, now it looks like she's had her throat cut. The blue by her neck. No, there's blue there. Is that what you're talking about right there? Or here. I haven't done these down here yet. If you're talking about these things. Hi, Diana. I can see you. You know what? What other color should we put in there? This is a fun color. You can't even see what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to do a really light wash of the pink. Or you know what? I have other watercolors. I have so many and I'm so stuck on those. I can't even think about the other stuff, even though they're just as beautiful. Mine are really used and messy, but I love seeing messy watercolor. Because that means you're using it. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that pink. Okay. Oh yeah. All right, and then I think I want to use some gold or possibly, let me pull this up so you can see that. That pink pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, I better turn off my flash for a while. Sorry, my phone's getting hot. And my battery's going down. I'm gonna plug in. Sorry. Hold on, I gotta move the cord. It's gonna be a bounce, bounce. Okay. This one's really granular, this next one, so I think it's going to be pretty right in here. So it's a yellow with like a pink twinkle shift, and so you could see through it and it still flashes pink, so, and it'll play nice with this pink. It might be too much, huh? Too much going on there. And oops, I forgot to activate it. We also have a pink that flashes green. It's a very sheer pink that flashes green. Ooh, that probably should have been the one I used, huh? So this crazy color right here is always a surprise to what color it's going to be. So we'll see what color this shows up as. It's one of the funnest colors I have. And I will show you why. So it just looks kind of bleh, brown, plummy color, right? But wait, there's more. Can you guys see this thing? It like has all the rainbow in it, like all of it. Trying to see if I can get it to shift, and usually when you put it on a curve you can get like all the way to gold green. Actually I think it's on this side. Yeah, there it is. It's this one right here. Isn't that wild? Yeah, it's the Spring Chameleon Dark Collection that was on the table sale. You know, I said I wasn't going to make them, but I might because they're too cool. They're way too cool. Wrong color. All right, so we're going to do some red gold, or gold red flash. I hate that it's so hot here already. I'm just bitchy uncomfortable. Oops, sorry. I said a bad word. What I meant to say is I'm itchy uncomfortable, and it makes me... Yeah. Sue me. You don't have those, Deborah? Shame on me. Yeah, I think I have some. I need to go see. I think I at least have 2 out there. Quarter pans. Oh, you know what? I have the high chrome and mini buttons too. I forgot. Well, it's definitely a flashy butterfly. This little rock is kind of weird. All right, back to the monotonous pink-blue combo. Turquoise, whatever. I wonder if I should I fill these in, or do they just look silly? $82. Yeah, I think we're up close to 90 here. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And, you know, 82 generally is not horrible unless you live in Texas and Florida. And it's like, somebody please help. Okay, so she's got tarantula lashes on the other side. Whatever. She needs bright lips. I'm getting there. Gotta work those in there slow. That's the same. I keep mine at Jennifer 68 in the winter. Heck, I keep it at 68 in the summer, but it never stays that cool. It goes, my house is like 85 degrees. If it's over 90 outside, psh, It's our AC. It's been on its last leg for a couple of years, and I just can't afford a new one. I think we've serviced it about as much as a person can. It doesn't make much difference anymore. So we're just moving air around in here. And at least it filters the air, so because we change our HEPAs out every month. But in the summertime, it's a dang hot mess around here. And it's terrible for the paint. Watercolor anyways. That's why I don't do a lot of watercolor in the summer months. So, do you guys want to see a bleeding tissue? The ones who said they didn't know what it was. Because you can either buy them or you can make them. And I buy them, but you can make them with the watercolor concentrates if you have just white tissue paper. It's kind of fun sometimes to make them, but then you just cut them up and unmake them. So, I don't know. They're not too expensive to buy. It's not bloody tissue paper, bleeding tissue paper. I'm kind of getting bored with this. And this is why I have 1,500 works in progress sitting to the side of me. What am I going to put right here? I think I'm going to put some little gems or something right there and finish this pot later. What do I want? Look in my goodies. Ooh. Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I bet y'all want to know what I got, huh? I think the roses will be pretty, huh? Ooh, oh, I do have two. Yes, yes, yes. So cool. Do you see what I see? Oh my god, they're huge. Never mind. Wow, those are big. Big, big. Okay, I just need a little baby ones like this. But those are... Can't even see those. Man, those were perfect if they weren't so big. So we're busy making the pollinator kits, the bees, hummingbirds, and butterflies this year. Instead of just bees, we're doing pollinators. So Miss Deborah is sending a special treat for you guys, since she's the monarch mommy. So start salivating now, because it's going to be way cool. Is that the same size? Whoa. Yes, it is. That's pretty. Is that huge too? Yeah. Why is everything so big? I might have to go find some of my little nail stickers somewhere for this one. Maybe there's something flat in the Christmas one. Or this is a bunch of stuff in here. You know, when you have something in your head and you just, oh, okay. Okay, I see it. Nope, now I don't. Where'd it go? There it is. Yes, I love to get cold and put my blanket on. So I sleep with the fan like on me all night. Yeah, they're called bleeding tissue. Bleeding tissue. Were you here, Glenda, when I showed the paper that I made? Now, why they gotta be so boring right now? I know there's some really pretty ones in here. Come on. Nope. Ugh, I don't like any of them. Never mind. I'm gonna just have to forget about that for right now, because apparently my brain cannot get on board. Psh, yeah, like that's going back in the bag. Not. So it will go in the catch-all. Oh, it's so big. It stands up so tall off the rock, though. I could cut it, though. You know, I have these. Those are... That's so big, though. Jeez. Ooh, you're pretty. What are you? Ooh, I like these little pearls. If I could find two in the smaller... Oh, there's one. Oh, there it is. Baby, come to me. Let me put you on the paper. No. Why does it look so much better in my brain? And I can't even see these. Okay. Yes. Is that too small? So we have this size too. So like that, maybe. Something like that. So what do you guys think about the whole idea here that I'm gonna be, hopefully, if you guys think it's a good idea, offering to where you can pick whatever theme you want, and I'll, you know, go make some images for you and then print them either on washi paper or rice paper. This is rice paper, or washi sticker paper. And you can paint it right on the transfer sheet. Paint it here. I was just playing with stuff here. And then cut it and put it on later. Or you can cut it like I did. Cut it out, put it on, and then paint it like we just did. Which that is this image here. Pretty. But... like, you don't have to like my images, though I have tons of them picked out. I even have some really stupid, funny ones. Like Granny Gone Wild. Then I have some rude ones and snarky ones. And I'm working on cats and dogs. You know, I do this when I'm not sleeping because I don't do that much. Oh my gosh, stop it. Where's the lint roller? Okay, I'll save you for later. So I better put these somewhere safe, huh? And where's that, Wanda? I don't know. Put them right here. Okay, that was Wednesday night's project. If you missed that, that's on YouTube. The seahorse. Okay, bleeding tissue. Let's look at that. Night, Connie. I didn't say anything about the kids, Janine. Don't worry. I haven't made anything yet. I was just talking about what's coming down the pipeline. I was giving y'all a break for a little while. And me. Because me got tired. What was I doing? Tissue, bleeding tissue. The tissue's bleeding. No. Okay. So, what is bleeding tissue? I'm looking for some scratch paper. Well, let's do these. This will work. So, when you want to do some crazy stuff, take some, whatever you're working on. You can do it on a rock. Sorry. Just fine. But because I don't have one prepped and ready, I'm just getting my paper wet so that it will hold on to the tissue. You know what? I'm gonna wet this side too so it'll straighten out. Yeah, I know there's paint over here. This is liquid gel. It reactivates when it gets wet because it's technically a watercolor in a gel. Okay. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of whatever on there. Alright, good. Nice and wet. These brushes are fabulous to have around. These are just some cheapy thing from, I think it was Hobby Lobby. It comes in like a pack of 5, I think, 3 or 5. Then you grab your stuff, all your pretty colors. And it's, you know, it's really good if you have them sorted like ahead of time. They don't come sorted. Well, some, every once in a while you can pick up some that are already sorted, but most of the time you're not that lucky. And then you start popping them on, and I find that sometimes to get them on there, it's easier to grab them with a wet brush, and then you can also wet it again when you put it down. And not all the colors are the same. Like, there's different color reds, and so I like to kind of mix them up together. There's a really dark one too that I, somewhere, probably not in this stack. Oh, there's one. I think the red. Oh, wow. What's going on here? Something's up with the thing, huh? What is that? Weird. That was weird. I don't know. Okay, we're back. I think. Can you see it? That was strange. Sorry. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Sometimes they're hard to get apart. I like being messy with it. Cool. Gotta watch those sneaky ones. Yeah, I got glitter on my brush, but I'm not too concerned. It's actually in my water. Right next to black. Not cool. Isn't it fun though? It's kind of like finger painting, but with tissue paper. My grandma used to do this, except for she would tear. Apparently back then the tissue paper bled regardless. Like when you bought colored tissue paper, it always leached. So she would buy it and we would make stuff. So you just put them on however you want, and you want to make sure it's really, really wet, because they don't, even when you get them really, really wet, sometimes you pull them up and they didn't soak on the bottom. That's why I make sure the bottom of the paper is also wet. Or rock, or whatever it is you're working on. Yeah, absolutely. Except for they're very light. They're very thin. So when you spray it with a spray bottle, if they're not like tacked down, like you want your surface to be wet so it'll hold on to them. But yeah, you can absolutely spray them for sure. Certainly. That's a good idea, actually. I like it. Come apart, you little stinkers. You remember the streamers? And they would bleed everywhere? Same thing. I could smell the streamers from when I was a kid. The party streamers, you know, they come in a roll of paper streamers. You just hang them up. Alright, I'm going to move on to green. It's like monotonous, boring fun that your brain loves. Like if you're wanting to just, you know, not, that's okay. You know, think or focus on anything, do something like this. And then when it's all dry, you take the papers off. And then, like me, I like to find the squares and the circles and then doodle. Or on the rock that I did, the glue, I don't have them because they were, it's blurring it. What is it doing? Let me see if I can zoom out. Okay. Anyways, you can't seal over them if they don't blow away when they're dry. So you can put down like a layer of decoupage first, and then when they stick, they'll stick to it. And then when you, once it's dry, you can seal it again with decoupage or whatever sealer you want. And then, because I like this look too with the paper. Because it's definitely not as dark when you take the paper off. It's sort of a muted, but it's still pretty. If you missed it, here's my paper that I did. So you can see the squares. Can't really see the circle. Well, there's some circles that I circled. Circle. Anyways, it's fun. All right, let's go to blue. That's a pretty blue too. I never worry if they go off the edge or not. I'm going to try to shove some purple in there too. Kind of fun. There's pink too. I will do pink over here. You see, you found some? I can get a link for you guys. I didn't know what I was going to be doing tonight, so sorry. I just kind of jumped in there. I do a few layers of the pink. It doesn't really transfer that well, so dab it up. I think it's kind of fun though. Just, you know, boring brain break. Gonna make some brown right here. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, I always make brown somewhere. Holy cow, there's like 5 different colors right here. Wow. Oh, come on. Oh, yay, paper mache, yes. Yes, yes. Ooh, black. Get off there. Black is a dark one. Aw, man. I'm sure I drive some of you guys crazy with my sloppy slapping stuff around. I'm not into perfect things. So. And this is just a scrap piece of paper, so I'm really just playing around. I kind of find it hard to stop until the paper's full. Even if it's time to stop. And I should be stopping because y'all are dropping off like flies. Oh my goodness. I swear I'm going to be done in a second. Yellow. I need a yellow. They call it mellow yellow. I might have to do something with this paper now. It's going to be really pretty. Okay, a blue and a green, and I'm done. You can use the air gun or let it air dry. If you use the air gun, they do go flying when they start drying. But I'm going to use it. I'll put you on mute so you don't have to listen. Okay. I don't think they transferred very much because I didn't leave them on here very long. Yeah, I'll put those back down. But the reds will show you, I think. Well, come on. The blues look good. Some of them anyways. Yeah. Well, yeah, some didn't move. Actually, this is kind of pretty. It's like a pastel looking one. Obviously, the longer you leave them, the more they transfer. And it does depend on what paper you're working with too. If it's not an absorbent paper, if it's not made to hold water, it won't work too well. Yeah, the yellow. Light yellow doesn't work so much if you don't leave it. And then you just have fun. Draw around your, it would be darker, lot dark. Well, obviously, see how dark that is? I did the same thing there. Just let it dry on its own. We went out to dinner. When I came home, it was all dry and pretty. So, this is when I just start drawing. Like, when I see some of the shapes. Like, here's a bunch of circles. Don't know what's going on down there, but I'm not going to keep doing this all night, I don't think. Anyways, tons of fun in my book. Just one more thing you can get lost in, mixed media wise. It doesn't have to be perfect either. Sorry, I'm bumping my head. Oops. Oh well. See, then you have tons and tons and tons of things to do. So I spaced it out and did circles to start, and then I went back and found a few squares. I did bigger stuff too. What I did first was I grabbed some things on my desk like this and drew circles around them. The different things, I don't know where, like this was one of them, I think. This thing was the big one. And then I doodled inside the circles, and then I did the squares and doodled inside the squares. And then I used the paint because it just looks fun on there. And then I ended it with my signature all over because I'm a dork. Anyways, that's it. I'm done. I'll finish this and I'll try to post pictures of everything if I don't forget. I always forget to post my own work. Silly me. Anyways, guys, I'm going to clean up my desk now. Hugs. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. And I'm probably not going to be on Wednesday unless a miracle happens tomorrow. So I will see you guys as soon as I can. Bye.